Purchase price was $1,600,000 for this hotel. We did a brand new roof on the entire thing. We changed the paint color from like a horrible gray and red to beige, blue, and white. We replaced a bunch of the windows. We renovated 15 of the 30 units completely, gutted them, redid them. We replaced a bulk of the plumbing, a ton of the electric. We converted the manager suite. We filled the pool behind me. We're going to turn that into community garden. It's almost done.
Okay, so I want to talk about, he said he did a bulk of X and Y. So he did not renovate everything. Now, that's not bad. It's actually really smart. Christian's been around the block. I can tell. He's super sharp. He knows what he's doing. You don't need to upgrade everything. A lot of times when people think I have to upgrade or have to convert my motel, my hotel, there's a lot you'll have to upgrade, and you need to work with your local MEP engineering and your city. They're going to require a lot of upgrades because it's a change of use. I think he's going for a change of use. We don't know quite yet. I'm pretty sure he's going to actually get the rezone to apartments. If not, then maybe not. But for example, electrical, usually you're going to have a low amperage per unit. And typically it's going to be 15, 20, maybe 30 amps, maybe, especially on older hotels. You got to jack that thing up. You don't have enough power in there, especially for long-term living standards. I'm not quite sure what the NEC code, the National Electric Code, would be for residential. And I'm pretty positive it's the same everywhere, but it's not going to be 15 amps. You got to jack that up. And a lot of times that's going to require you to order a gear switch, which takes months to order and ship, and they're very expensive. So there's a lot of moving parts to an adaptive reuse project like a motel or hotel conversion. He did paint the outside, which I know that sounds for many really silly to even discuss on one of these property walkthroughs, but a little paint goes a long way. It can change the look, the feel. It can bring a more warm, exciting, inviting feel. Paint goes a long way. I don't have to tell you that to know that if you saw a weird, ugly painted house, you'd think very eerie thoughts versus having, a beautifully clean, professional painted home. It just elevates everything. It makes you get there, especially when tenants are driving up ready to talk to someone in the leasing office. They want to see a well-painted property, believe it or not. Relatively low cost for a very high return on your tenant profile and on your ability to fill units. Okay, here we go.
The electric. We converted the manager suite. We filled the pool behind me. We're going to turn that into community garden. It's almost done.
Okay, I love the community garden thing. That's just so cool. It may be trendy, it not be trendy. I don't know how you manage a community garden with tenants. I'm sure he'll tell us how. I think that's a really cool idea. Really am interested to follow this story and see where it goes. I love gardening. I actually do. I eat 100% plants, plant-based. And I want more gardens. He's doing that. So super cool.
It's almost done. We bought for $1,600,000. We got financing for $1,850,000. So we started with a $250,000 budget. Total reno, we had a couple of surprises along the way. Total reno cost went a little over budget. We went to about $300,000. So our all in is $1.9 million. Appraisal came through.
I mean, let's take a look at the numbers here. He put in all in 1.9, 2.6. Gosh, guys, that's like 30, 40%. Maybe my math's wrong. That is so nice. The appraisal came in way higher than his all-in basis. All-in basis is 1.9 million. If you think about it, let's just round up to 2 million. He's almost got, he's at 2.6. He's got $600,000 equity plus, maybe close to 700K equity, maybe 800,000. Okay. Speculating, and of course, appraisals are not always 100% perfect. And obviously there's like income approach. It's based on many different variables, not like residential, but you almost got anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million equity in this thing. Like, how cool is that? That's just awesome.
Which means we're in a very, very, very good position on this. Now, when we finish out the entire project and get it all leased, we should be a little north of $3 million, which means we'll have over $1 million of equity.
Over $1 million equity.
Of equity in the project. This is a 7-figure flip. This project took about 14 months to go full cycle. So if you're flipping houses, this is not a quick flip. This was a project that had a lot of ups and downs, a few bonus snags, one small flood, but we got through it.
Wow. How cool is this? So they're going to make over $1 million on this thing. I mean, it's so cool. Hats off. Hats off to Christian for taking us through that and showing us around. Now, I don't know if I mean, the landscaping needs work. There's areas that kind of look shabby, but I'm kind of thinking that was the before pics. It doesn't take an act of heaven to do these, but it is meticulous. Did you hear what he said? He had a flood. They went over budget. There were snags. There was ups and downs. It's not like flipping houses. It's totally true. Everything he said is totally true. You will run into problems. A lot of the problems are actually going to be with the city or engineering. Some of the problems could be with supply chain, cost overruns. It happens. We now, put in our pro forma 10 to 15%. 10 is typical. We'll do 15, sometimes 20% contingency just to be safe. I know some investors out there that invest with us don't like to see such a high number in the contingency, but they're telling me that they have never done an adaptive reuse project. You can find stuff inside of your projects that can absolutely annihilate the whole thing. Here's an example. Asbestos is a problem. Asbestos is a mineral that is mined out of, northern North America continent mines and mountains. And it's a mineral that has these strands, these rock strands that are anti-flammable. They're not flammable, flame retardant. And they are well insulators. They're great insulators. And in the 50s, 60s, and some of the 70s, it was used in construction for insulation, for bonding, for adhesives, for tile, and for flooring, and for drywall, gypsum. It was in everything. We soon realized that asbestos, as you probably already know, just zero point 0.3 microns, which you can't even see, floats into the air and you breathe it in, which you'd never know you did. It's odorless. It doesn't taste like anything. In about 30 years, you're going to have mesothelioma, which is a cancer, and you didn't know about it. Heck, I probably will have that. Who knows? I've done a lot of construction on my own projects in the past on old buildings. I hope I don't. I don't think I will. But it's so microscopic that it lodges itself into your lungs. No one's going to know until years down the line when they start seeing patterns and problems in your lungs with the CT scan. So anyways, asbestos is a big issue, and that has different asbestos abatement have way different laws to abate asbestos in every single jurisdiction. So there's the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, but each municipality also has other additional regulations for environmental protection, waste management, how you dispose of it, and everything else. I've seen over $2 to $3 million remediation plans on radon, asbestos, and all sorts of environmental hazards. And it destroys the deal. Like, the deal's dead, and insurance ain't going to cover any of the damages or losses. Why should they? Like, there's things that in your feasibility and in your due diligence, you have to figure out before you buy the deal. So anyways, this guy's really sharp. He knows what he's doing. Good job, Christian.